Okay, take two. Because the first time my mic wasn't fucking on, which is great. Alright, I'm gonna talk about, I think it's like 5 or 6 albums that I just straight up don't fucking like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yes. 6 albums I don't like. 3 of them are by one band, so I'm just gonna get them out. Come in. Alright, my mommy just brought me some mac and cheese, so let's fucking go. Love you, mommy. I'm gonna be eating this while recording now. Ow. Damn, that shit good. God, that shit's fucking good. Alright, back to the topic. 3 of these albums are by Death Grips. I've listened to 4 of their albums in total, I think. 4, something like that, I don't remember. And I think one of them I gave a 2 out of 10, so they got some quality, I guess, from that album. But Death Grips is, the best way to describe it is it's Korn's techno album, but it's not at the same time. It's really bad instrumentals. It's really bad techno and EDM instrumentals with screaming on it, but it's not the metal screaming that Korn would bring. I mean, I'll be honest, I haven't listened to Korn's Secret of Totality, neither have I listened to a single goddamn Korn album. From my general understanding of that album, Death Grips, their entire sound is essentially that album, but less metal and more synths. And it's fucking dog shit. They have a song, at least from my memory, I could be completely wrong, they have a song on their first album where the entire song is just about how weird their samples are, and then they sampled like a train or some shit. I think that they're just trying to be quirky, but they do a really bad job at it. I don't know. I mean, they're not like they are the worst band in existence in my humble opinion, but I don't know, I just don't find a single grain of, I just don't enjoy their music, that's all. I remember listening to their second album, the one with Zach Hill's penis as the cover. I remember just being bored. It was just it was like eating a nothing burger, as Critical would say. I felt no flavor. It felt the same. It felt like every song was the exact same from each other, but with different, like, just different versions of the guy screaming on it. I don't know. All their albums fucking sound the same to me. But yeah, that's pretty much every Death Grips album in existence. I haven't listened to all of their albums, but I just don't fucking want to. I've listened to 4 of their albums. I think I've suffered enough pain. The next album is 100 Gex, or it's 1,000 Gex by 100 Gex, or whatever the fuck. 100 Gex is another one of those bands that try to be quirky, but they fail terribly at it. From my understanding, they are too insecure about their actual voices, so they speed them up constantly, so you have no idea what the fuck they actually sound like. I think that they are like an actual, like, nightcore band. I didn't know that was a thing, because I don't know, they're like pop Death Grips, if I had to, like, explain what they sound like. They're like, their genres are super fucking weird too. I have it on screen. Hyperpop, deconstructed club, emo rap, electropop, trap, digicore, pop rap, bubblegum bass, and nightcore. I have not heard of any one of these fucking genres before, except for hyperpop, and I fucking hate hyperpop, so maybe that has to do something with it. But it's like every song is just giving me a headache. They have the pitch up so high on every single one of the songs for no fucking reason. And I don't know, the lyrics were dog shit too. I think they wrote these lyrics when they were 12, and then they just decided to keep them. It's like they're trying to be their own sound, but then they just come up sounding like I'm taking a fat shit. The next album I have is Hayden McNulty's St. Charles Place. This is the only album by this man that I've heard, and oh my god, I don't even know if the album itself is, like, just genuinely awful, because what ruins absolutely everything is the production and the quality, because it sounds like he's recording everything. It sounds like he's recording his guitar and his drums and whatever the fuck, if there even are drums, I don't remember. It sounds like he was recording everything on a Kinect Xbox 360 microphone. It just genuinely sounds like he doesn't have the money to make an album, but he was like, fuck it, I want to ruin people's lives. And I should state, this is the guy that made, like, really shitty Minecraft song parodies, like the Mine Diamonds. This is that kid. And I think that those really, like, shitty, like it's ironically and unironically actually just abhorrent, those stupid song parodies he made. This is coming from a gentleman who made Bitchless. Bitchless in its own is dog shit, but it's so bad that it's good, so there's no point to hate it. But his song parodies are just bad. But somehow his song parodies managed to be somewhat more listenable than his actual unironic music. Also, one thing that I found funny is this Hayden McNulty gentleman, he rates his own shit on Rate Your Music, and he rates it all like 5s, and I find that fucking hilarious. How he's so insecure to the point where he rates his own music 5s, so that number is just a little higher. It's called slacker rock and noise pop, but that's because he didn't have the quality, he didn't have the equipment to make it anything else. I'm willing to bet all of my toes and all of my fingers that this album would actually be somewhat decent if the production was just good. Oh, and he can't sing too. I should have stated that he cannot sing. So maybe it still would have been dog shit. But I think that there would have been some more quality in it if everything was just a little cleaner and if he took vocal lessons, because I don't think he ever has. The last and final album that I'm going to talk about is Olivia Rodrigo's Sour. It's just every song sounds the same. There's only like 2 songs in that album that I think are of decent quality, but every other song in that album is the exact same fucking thing. It is such a the album is just a formula. It's I am sad, piano ballad, I got broken up with, and that's the only lyrical content of the album is either jealousy or I got broken up with, fuck. That is it. There was nothing more in terms of lyrics than fuck, I got broken up with and I'm sad. The only decent song on this album, the only song that I will actually not mind if someone were to play it, is Good For You, and that's the song that was the big hit on TikTok. I think that song is kind of decent. I think that it's because it's the song that it sounds like nothing else on the rest of the album. It is the only song in that album that is its own thing. It's like a kind of a pop punk, emo pop sound, kind of like really early Fall Out Boy, but shit. And I think it's actually a kind of decent song. It's not great, but it's not like it's not like a put this shit on my playlist, but it's not like if this comes on the radio, I'm gonna switch it, namely because I probably wouldn't care enough to. But every song is the exact fucking same, except for like the 2 songs that aren't just piano ballads. And your boy can enjoy a good piano ballad or 2, but not when it's the entire album and not when every fucking piano riff sounds the exact same. I'm sorry you're hearing that. That is my Discord going off. Shut the actual fuck up. Holy shit. There's not much to talk about this album because I've pretty much already said everything that there is to say, because there's just not a lot to this album. It's a very empty album. I'm willing to bet that this bitch has never even been in a relationship and she got these lyrics from her friends who have never written lyrics in their life. Maybe they've written a poem or 2 for high school. What the fuck? Okay then, well that was an experience. As I was saying, essentially, album bad. This album is like a copy and paste of each song. She just hit Control-C, Control-V, and then for one of them decided, I want to do something different. And it came out actually decent. If Olivia Rodrigo does drop a second album, I would want it to at least be a lot more kind of rock sounding, like a shitty Machine Gun Kelly. I would want her to go in the Machine Gun Kelly direction, which is go to shitty alternative rock and pop punk and try to mask it as something decent. But that's it for all the fucking albums I have to talk about.